Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share with y'all what I've been cooking up. But first, Fenty, 60% off of everything Black Friday sale. You know I had to run over there and go cop something. I've been wanting Fenty for a long time. And yes, I came out of my pocket. It's not sponsored. I did a U-Haul. Why I keep saying U-Haul? I did a haul on this, but it's on my fan house only. So make sure y'all go over there, fan house, Empress Aura Tings with a Z, not an S. And a couple of people have been asking me about waist beads. I do not have time anymore to string waist beads, but what I'll do is the next person that signs up to my fan house or goes over to shopdivinelyme.com, I'll throw a pair of free waist beads in for you, and I only got 3 left. I have a lot of good reviews, as you can see on my site from various products that people have bought. So make sure y'all tap in. Again, go check out Fan House and follow me on there at Empress Aura Tings. Everything is spelled as it's supposed to, except for Tings. It has a Z instead of an S. And the same account on Twitter for the Wisdom App Talks. My healthcare. So here's some things I've been using, y'all. I literally just got these from Whole Foods, yesterday? I've been had these. I just started really taking these consistently. It's been helping me with my mucus as well as the Maline collagen support. Collagen is really important. My friend kind of put me onto collagen. So I've been putting this in my juice and my waters and elderberry syrup. And what I'm going to basically do right now today is I'm going to take my vitamins. I'm going to take my drops. I'm going to put my collagen into this apple juice, and I'm going to drink me some apple juice this morning. But this is going to go inside my smoothie, and the bladderwrack powder is going to go inside my smoothie. So yeah, my healthcare, y'all, I've been getting really serious about what I'm putting into my body, and I'm turning myself into a guinea pig, doing my own personal experiments with different herbs, because I have to start preparing what I'm going to get ready to drop for y'all in the upcoming year. So I'm really excited about that. And so I have to take my health more seriously. I've gotten lab work done. If you guys seen my other video, or was it a short? I think I did a short where I showed some special tests that I had done. I got like 11 tubes of blood drawn so I could really know what is lacking from my body, what is needed, so I could really bring my body back into a state of homeostasis. I'm already pretty much healthy, but I know I could be healthier. And when I started feeling dehydrated and started feeling like just blah, I knew that the levels, there's some kind of imbalance or something going on in my system. So I am on a mission to bring my body to the most highest level of optimal health I could bring it to, and continue to get my checkups to see the improvement. And I'm going to bring that to y'all. So that is what I'm excited about. I'm working on this right here. It's going to be a subscription box. This is the color theme. I've already shopped it around to a couple of people that's going to help me bring this vision into reality. And I'm very excited about the packaging for y'all. Like, look at the packaging. Look at the packaging of this box. And then I'm going to have my design on the outside as well. So you'll have a design on the outside of the box as well as the inside. And there's going to be a bunch of dope goodies in these containers for y'all every single month. And it's going to be some special personal notes, handwritten, and actually like postcards in there for y'all. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about this because Shopify does this thing where they do your year wrapped, right? And so I have not one, but 2 podcasts. And so it was just kind of cool to see them, wrap up my year in podcasting. This is actually my second baby, Divine Feminine podcast, because Talk That Shit podcast was my first baby. And I'm really happy with the feedback that I got back from them, because I didn't even realize my numbers was that good. I don't check my analytics on my podcast every day because that's not what I'm doing it for, to be honest. I just go on there and talk about world issues, what's going on. I interview women. I do my positive affirmations, but it says I created 505 minutes of new content. And they said that's better than 92% of the other people that are putting out content. So that made me feel good. Like, what? I put in that much work? Then it says, can you guess your number 1 show? And I guessed it right, because I did see the numbers on that one, talking about, I did a motivational morning, talk about applying the knowledge that you learn, because Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. The more you know, you're just a walking encyclopedia if you do not practice the knowledge that you have. And so it says, your podcast loves to travel. Where has it been? We talk about Divine Feminine Podcast, baby. Where has she been? She has been to 11 countries: US, Netherlands, Romania, Norway, and Denmark. That makes me feel good that people in other countries are tuning in to listen to my show. You had 204% more listeners compared to your average week. That makes me feel good too. So as a podcaster, numbers are important, but I really don't look at my analytics like that. And I should pay more attention to it, because after seeing this, look, my podcast was in the top 25% most shared globally. The numbers are important. The numbers are really important, especially when you go to probably shop your podcast around for other opportunities, or when people want to present an opportunity to you, they want to know what your numbers are. So after seeing this, I knew that I had to get better at being more consistent, 2, investing in more equipment and better equipment, 3, next year working on becoming more visible, like probably going live and putting my podcast on YouTube. And damn, what was number 4? I don't even know. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all read the rest of this for yourselves, and then right after this, it shows you are top 10 podcast for 15 fans. You're a top 5 podcast for 10 fans. You're the number 1 podcast for 4 fans. Okay, so yeah, this, like I said, Divine Feminine Podcast is fairly new. It is my second podcast. The podcast after this, Talk That Shit podcast, that was my very first podcast, baby. And so the numbers are different there. Also, I haven't really been putting as much content as I could be putting on the other podcasts, just because I haven't really taken the time to interview guys and stuff like that. So my plan for the new year is basically to up the ante on Talk That Shit podcast, because it's unisex. It could be guys or girls. And because that podcast is like the name, Talk That Shit, it's more like fun, free, raw, unapologetic. Talks about entertainment news, world news, conspiracy theories, and all that stuff, right? I do want to have more people on for that. But my main focus is Divine Feminine Podcast, to have more of the Divine Feminine energy on there. But take a look at this. This was my very first podcast. And it says, in 2022, you did your thing and the people loved it. What they love about it, Spotify. You created 133 minutes of new content. That's more than 56% of what the others are doing. You can't hear us, but we're clapping right now. Yes. One episode really grabbed listeners' attention. Can you guess it? Sure did. I knew that one was, because we talked about some spiritual things and we dived really deep on them. 173% more streams than your average episode. So I love how they do this, because it gives you insight on what the people want to hear. You know, when you look at your analytics and you see like the numbers are high in this particular thing, it's like, okay, people want to hear conspiracy theory and people want to hear deep talks about spirituality and stuff like that. So I'm very proud of myself with this, y'all. if you ever want to tune in, make sure you look me up on Spotify or even Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast. Talk That Shit podcast, as well as Divine Feminine podcast. All right. And if you want to, we have marketing and sponsorship opportunities, and we can send that over to you.
You know,
When people
those
say
things. And I
things
think,
about you, is it true?
yeah, is it true? Is it true? Do you really believe that about yourself? Is that accurate? And so I think that is one thing that can really help us. Um, those that are, single and they're dating, or they're just out and they're really only responsible for themselves. That can help them in their selfish season.
Oh, I love
So yeah.
that. I'm going to start doing that. Is it true? Because literally, as you were talking, I was thinking, is it true? Even when I said like, a reoccurring thing that used to be said to me was, and it was in a form of a question. It wasn't a finger pointing. It was a form of an open-ended question, which was, do you have to always speak what's on your mind? But it was so condescending, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it was
Mm-hmm.
like, now, if I ask myself, is it true? Do I have to speak
Mm-hmm.
everything that's on my mind? Do I speak everything that's on my mind? And if I think about that, the answer is it's not true, because actually I
No.
don't speak everything that's on my mind. There are certain things that are sacred to me in my mind that stay there.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, if somebody you love feels that they are not in a safe place to express themselves, and
Mm-hmm.
now they get quiet and they internalize, that's not a fun place for anybody. Because
Right.
now, because I don't feel safe to express anymore, I'm going to second guess myself every time, because I don't know how you're going to perceive it. And I'm thinking, because you've said this so much, I'm thinking, well, he's going to say, do I have to speak everything on my mind? Am I speaking everything on my mind? Should I say this? Should I keep it to myself? Now you causing internal warfare within me, because I don't feel
Mm-hmm.
safe anymore to express to you. And if I should be able to
Mm-hmm.
express to anybody, it should be my partner. If I can't say
Right.
certain things to people on the outside of these doors, I should be able to say it to you. Now, if I don't even feel safe saying it to you, and I go within myself, you're going to feel all of that energy, because now the energy is inside of me and it's radiating outwards. Now
Yeah.
you're going to now you're going to start to feel uncomfortable, because you don't know my thoughts, but
Mm-hmm.
you can feel something. And now when you ask for my thoughts, I feel like you're a hypocrite, because you just said to me on one breath, do I have to always speak my mind? Which I feel like transparency is important. I want to speak my mind with you, because I want to be transparent with you at all times. That's a sense of loyalty. That's a form of loyalty to you.
Right. No, that's
If
good.
I don't speak my mind, I feel like I'm hiding something from
Mm-hmm.
you.
And you know what? And I too, I agree with like asking questions. So I'm good for if somebody tells me something, like somebody could say something to me and it could just be outright crazy, and I will repeat it back to you. So am I understanding you correctly? Did you just ask me? And they'll be looking
Mm-hmm.
like, because it's like I want you to hear what you just said to me. You know what I mean? Like I
I
want you to
used to
hear.
Yes, guys. So make sure you listen to Divine Feminine Podcast. Check out Talk That Shit Podcast. Check out shopdivinelyme.com. And make sure you keep a lookout for the subscription boxes that we drop in next year. All right. Energy products is gonna be up next year. All right. I may even do a pre-order. I got a couple of surprise for y'all, like up my sleeve. But yeah, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support that y'all giving me. Check out Billion Dollar Notes, available on Amazon, as well as on EmpressAuraBooks.com, which is my personal site where I drop all my books and upcoming books. I can't wait to drop the Sophistic Ratchet Journal for y'all. I can't wait to drop Goddess Tings for y'all, which is my newest book that I'm dropping. I can't wait to drop the dopest version of me period workbook that is a companion to the dopest version of me period course. And I can't wait for y'all to join the affiliate program next year for the course and get your 50% commissions. That course gonna be $1,000 next year, y'all. So that means you get 50%. That's $500 to each person that refers somebody who pays the full payment right off the bat. All right. So I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. And stay tuned for the next video. Peace.